Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard, and it is about 20 minutes after sunset on the 6th of June. So we are gonna go for my walk. Here's all my lead stuff sitting out. I've got lead separated into different piles, so I know where what's what, and found some new and interesting things about those because I was curious about what was actually lead and what wasn't. And the ones that say micro have all been lead. The ones that say MC can be iron, lead, or zinc. So far, they have all melted for me. So definitely not iron or lead, or I'm sorry, yeah, iron. Oh, there's a rabbit there. Boom. There we go. So I took a couple pictures of the rabbit. Boom, off into the woods. All right, so I have nothing with me tonight except for the camera. I don't even have a spare battery, so I had to change batteries, make sure I had a new battery on the way out, and got a few things to talk about, and hopefully we'll be able to see some nice representations of nectar, or as we call it, nature. So first of all, I have been working on melting that lead down for a couple nights now. Last night I worked on it. Was it last night? I don't know. Maybe it was a night or two before. Regardless, I worked on it for a couple hours. Today, I have been back and forth with that, with the lead for about 4 hours today. And I got one more of the same size that you see from the other video. As a matter of fact, the video that have already been posted about me using my Father's Day gift, I was editing that, and while it was rendering, I was running back and forth, working on the lead, cooking supper. What else did I do? There was a couple other things that I was doing. So I did 3 or 4 things all in one, trying to utilize my time properly. We'll put it that way. But I have to get out on my walk. Just something I feel like doing, and I do it most nights. And like I said, the sun's still up a tad bit, but officially it went down at 7:44 was the sunset, and it is now 8, I don't know, 5 after 8 or something like that. So anyway, we're still in the first hour of sunset, and usually I do my walks probably in the second or third hour of sunset, but I wanted to go ahead and do it now while I got the time. Who knows what I'll be doing later. So unless I've got anything super exciting, which I've always got super exciting things to talk about because everything I say is super exciting, right? Woo! Not really. But if I have anything that pops into my head I want to talk about before I get to the woods, I will, I'll turn the camera back on. But this is my normal route. It's 6/10 of a mile. It's 1 kilometer from where I live to this park. So last few days I've been collecting. I got some rose petals from my dad's yard. He's got a bunch of rose bushes, and they dumped bunch of petals fell off of the roses and laying in the yard. So I picked them up, let them sit out and dry. I've got some orange peel that is sit out and dried, and some clover that I've been collecting that is now in the process of drying. Now I'm not saying that I need all three of those for the same formula that I'm working on, but I am working on some potpourris and some incense. So I'm gonna start playing around with that for a while, just to see. I got a bunch of I borrowed my daughter's really nice mortar and pestle, and got some charcoal chopped up, crushed into powder. Got some eggshells. What else did I do? Oh yeah, and a bunch more clay. So at present, and I've stopped doing the clay thing right now, because at present I have 8.7 pounds of clay powder that I've extracted from dirt recently, and I think that's plenty. I am going to start making some alchemy clay, and when I get that going, of course I'll make a video on that. But I'll be making some round ball for some slingshots. I want to make some bowls, a couple plates, some stuff that I can use for my display table. That's what my wife calls it. But I got some ideas that I want to play around with this clay. I spent all that time extracting it from the dirt, so now I need to start using it so I can start getting some. But yeah, I ended up with 8.7 pounds of clay powder, and hopefully soon, maybe in the next few days, maybe I will be making some round ball for slingshot practice. So one other thing that I've been doing in the last couple days is trying to organize my massive amount of hard drives, and organize some of the crap that I got on there. I have stuff skewed around all over the place. I like to try to keep it organized, but I never do. But I have a bunch of pictures. I've got a bunch of stuff from when we were on our adventure in South Carolina, Colorado, Wyoming, South Dakota. I got a bunch of pictures from there, and just pictures that I take out in the woods and stuff. So I think I'm going to do maybe a little slideshow of a bunch of my pictures and just put some music behind it. I might try to work on that in a couple days as well. I'm not sure what this flower is, but it's freaking cool looking. I may have to get me a couple samples of that thing. Alright, so I'm just outside the woods, or a section of the woods, and they have planted a butterfly garden around this whole section of the woods, and they have a bunch of these little white flowers. I think these are foxglove. I think they're called foxglove, but they are wonderful little flowers, and the bees and butterflies love these things. And here's one path into the woods, and as we're going by, we have some nice purple clover, and this is strewn about the area as well. Again, really nice. Now, I'm horrible about identification of plants and trees and things of that nature. I suck at it, and even if when I work on it, I end up forgetting most of what I have learned, which is a perfect reason why I try to write everything down. That's kind of cool. These sprouting right out of that tree. But I try to write everything down, but it doesn't always work. So there's a story, a myth, a legend about how humans gained knowledge from books and were given books and writing and all this kind of stuff. And it comes from the Egyptians. Thoth, the Egyptian deity of knowledge and writing and basically everything, science, the whole thing, petitioned the other gods to allow humans access to knowledge of books and writing. And the other gods weren't interested in it. They said no. Thoth said that he thought humans were capable of handling this knowledge. But the other gods said that humans would misuse it and that it would make them appear smarter than they were. And I don't know if you understand what that meant, but basically he was saying if they had access to books and writing, then they could write things down, or they could have books available to them for knowledge that they would not be able to retain within themselves. Well, getting ready to pop out. We're going to go across and hit the other side and go through the other woods, and I'll continue the story when we get there. And here is the paved path. Always like seeing from a distance, seeing the entrances to woods. They look so dark until you get up to them. But anyway, let's continue the story. Let's get off the path and go this direction. So anyway, Thoth petitioned the other deities and said humans should have access to this sort of knowledge, to books and to writing. And of course the other deities are like, no, we don't want that. You know, they'll misuse it. It'll make them appear smarter than they are, which it does. And things would just go awry. Now, I think they both were right. The group that said no, and Thoth who said, yeah, we need to let them have this knowledge and these skills. Anyway, he prevailed. He convinced the others that mankind would be able to handle the use of writing and books. And I'm going to have to say that I disagree that we handled it well. Just a personal opinion. I think that any chance humans have to misuse or to find a not so good way of using something, they will, and I think we do. But regardless, Thoth prevailed. Mankind was given the ability to read and write, and given access to knowledge from books. And I don't know, I guess it's an opinion on whether we have used it in a manner suited and proper. It's debatable. I could argue both sides of that, I think. So we're heading back towards the trail so we can go down the trail. This is pretty cool looking. Just right into a spider web. I think that would be kind of fun to slide down and right into the water. So let's get back. We'll go down this trail a little bit, and then we'll hit another paved trail, and I'll get right back with you when I get there. Alrighty, so we are coming to a crossroads of sort, and of course we will head off the trail, off the paved trail and onto the dirt trail. Now, I do these walks just about every night. I don't know, I probably get about 2 miles coming and going and moving around, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but it's important to me, both physically and spiritually, to be totally honest. I'm not getting any younger, and I've discussed that in a few videos here recently, how my attitude, I think, is starting to switch a little bit. I mean, I still am very physically active, even though a lot of people don't think it by looking at me. I am very physically active, and I love being in nature. It's very, very important to me that I am in surroundings like this. Now, I would prefer not to hear that. I would much prefer to be far enough into nature where that sort of stuff won't interrupt, but that's life. You gotta suck it up and drive on. But I do this walk, like I said, about every night, and I know you guys have absolutely seen all of this before, but I enjoy it so much that I just like to make sure I share it with everybody who wants it. But it does help me physically, and I'm 58 now. Technically, I'm 57. I won't be 58 by most people's standards until November. But for those of you who have watched my channel long enough, may have heard me discuss this a few times. I completely believe that my existence, in this particular existence, started at conception. That's just my personal idea about it. Agree or disagree, it's not really something that I debate. It's just a belief, and which makes me a living thing somewhere around February or March. So to me, I'm 58, but technically, by most accounts, I wouldn't be considered 58 until November. But still, as a 58-year-old who has spent a lifetime doing crazy and stupid shit, I don't think I'm in too bad of a shape. I've jumped out of 18 airplanes. I have jumped out of C-130s and C-141s 18 times. And the reason I didn't get the 19th jump in is because I broke my ankle on my 18th jump. And I only had 7 months left on my enlistment. And I just decided that 19th jump wasn't worth me getting re-injured, because they wanted me to jump the day I got my cast off. They were, oh look, a shoe. So they wanted me to jump the day I got my cast off. I told them no, thank you. I'm like, I got 7 months left. I'm going home. I already know I'm not re-enlisting. To me, it wasn't worth the extra $125 that I was getting every month to jump out of an airplane. I'm like, you can keep the money, and I think I'm done jumping out of an airplane at this point. Now, if they had given me a month or two, I would have done it. But the day I got the damn thing off, they're like, oh, we got you on this chalk, you're jumping today. I'm like, no, I'm not. They thought I was kidding. But anyway, I've jumped out of 18 aircrafts. I loved every one of them. I don't regret it. A lot of pain, but a lot of fun as well. I have fought in a cage many times. A lot of that kind of training and competition. And again, the worst injury I ever received from quote-unquote fighting was during training, not actually in the fight. Now I got busted up a couple times. I got busted up a couple times in a fight. I'm not gonna tell you I didn't. I got my eye split open. I've had bruise from my hip down to my knee. Like one kick just bruised me. Like 2 days later, I had a bruise from my hip all the way down to my knee. It was one big, huge fucking bruise. You know, I had my shoulder separated in a training incident. I don't say accident because honestly, I think the guy did it to me on purpose, but that's neither here nor there. But I've been injured. I've done a lot of crazy, stupid stuff, like I said. I don't regret it. I'm older now. I truly do miss, to some degree, I miss that kind of stuff. But I think wisdom has taken over whatever that other stuff was. You know, I don't know, testosterone and adrenaline. I don't know, but I think at 58, I have become wise enough to cherish that I did that, but not really care to continue to do that. You know, I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but I don't think it's a drive in me like it was in my 20s or even in my 30s. So yeah, so now I spend my time walking around in places like this, hanging out with my wife and my kids on occasion, but my grandkids most definitely. And again, everybody who's watched my channel should know that there are only 13 people on this entire planet that I care about. My wife is number one, my 7 grandchildren are number 2, and my 5 kids are number 3, and that makes 13, and that's where it's at. I don't even put myself in that list, because I'll be honest, I don't even really care about myself like I do those people. So I do enjoy spending a massive amount of time with my grandkids. It's probably one of the best things that I do at this point in my life. And I'm gonna pause this video just so that I can get some photographs, because I can't take pictures while I'm recording. So there we are. We've discussed my crazy youth of testosterone-filled, adrenaline junkied crazy guy, and then the more relaxed papaw. I like the more relaxed papaw. I'm really falling into that persona a lot more easy than I thought that I would. So although being a papaw is my favorite thing, I'll be honest, being a papaw is my favorite thing. I just really thought that the adrenaline junkie, testosterone hyped attitude would stay with me for a little bit longer. Again, 58, no reason for me to be jumping out of planes or fighting in cages, although I'm not going to say I wouldn't do it if given the opportunity. As a matter of fact, last year I was really close to taking a kickboxing match. I've never kickboxed, but I figured, you know, a few years back I got in the boxing ring, never boxed, got in the boxing ring and did really well. So I really considered getting in the kickboxing ring and doing a kickboxing match, but I don't know. I just wasn't enthusiastic enough about it, maybe. But so So yeah, I just thought about this too. My cousin Mark, he I don't know, some family member of his through his wife. I'm not sure, really not sure how that works, but anyway, he knows somebody that lives out on the reservoir where I go fishing, and they have woods and access to a private pond and the reservoir itself. So he has talked to them, and it looks like it looks like I may have a place to oh, deer. I don't know if you saw it, you might have heard it. There it is. Okay, it went over the hill. I don't know if you saw that, or maybe you heard it, that cracking of the wood. That was the deer stomping on a log. That's a pretty good sized deer too. Oh, there's another one. Gosh darn it. I don't have my glasses on for one, and that makes it difficult for me to see. There, oh, there it is over there. There, yeah, okay, I see it moving. Focus, focus, focus. Come on, where'd you go? There it goes. See it? Oh, there's a little bit, see that little bit of movement there? Not the car. That was the deer. Man, I know I could get over there, but by the time I get over there, it'd probably be gone. Anyway, anywho, I have possibly, I'm not going to say it's 100%, but I have a good chance of having access to a private pond, part of the reservoir, and woods that I am told I would be allowed to go into and camp and do whatever I want in these woods. All he has to do is get back over there, talk to them another time, and just, I don't know, become my advocate, I guess, about it. He says it's a sure thing, but he just needs to go in there and talk to her about it and get an official okay. So hopefully I will have a new place to play, and that would be really nice. So we'll see about that. Oh, I hear noise again. I hear it. Oh well. I doubt whether it'd be coming back this way, because this is the way it came. We'll be heading the other direction. So to make a really short story even longer, hopefully I'll have a new playground, and I need to get with my cousin Mark. He has a metal saw that I can use to start cutting that conduit pipe, so I can make the ribs for my boat that I'm working on. And unfortunately, I've got like 5 10-foot conduit pipes and 5 barrels cut and ready to make into a boat. I've just been too damn lazy to actually do it yet. Alright, so technically we are headed back. I am going through the same area that I started in, but we will walk through here as we head back. Now, I've been playing around either seriously or just for entertainment purposes, depending, with the Atlatl. I love that thing. I'm telling you right now, I love the atlatl. It is not really a weapon, a hunting tool that is appropriate for my area. The woods, trees, you know, limbs everywhere. The atlatl is really for open plains and where there's nothing in your way. Okay, that's really the environment that you want to use an atlatl in. But I love the atlatl, and I have been playing around with it for a couple seasons now, and I just have to tell you I love it. All right, bow and arrows, they're fun. I enjoy it. I'm not super experienced, or I should say I'm not super experienced and skilled with any of this, but I do work with it so that I understand the mechanics of it and the ability for me to actually use it if and when necessary. So atlatl, yes. Bows, crossbows, yes. I've been playing around with the slingshot, and I like the slingshot. I'm not horribly great with it yet, and I don't think I'll become horribly great with it, but I do plan on actually doing some carp fishing with a fishing reel line attached to a dart that I shoot from the slingshot. That's my goal. Now, also small animal. Now see, this would be a good environment for an atlatl. You know, if there was a mastodon walking down the path here, out here in this big huge open grazing area, this is where you want to use an atlatl. All right, not in there. But that's neither here nor there. Slingshot. So anyway, I've been practicing with the slingshot. Now I like the little glass marbles that you get from the Dollar Tree in the accent aisle. You know, I think they put them in jars and, you know, things like that or whatever. But the little marbles, not the flat pente stones. They have a wonky way of moving. But the marble, the glass marble shot that they have at the Dollar Tree, I love those. I have just recently bought like 4 packs of them because it's been a while since I've seen them, and I wanted to make sure that I had them. Now I do use regular rocks, and I have used the pente stones and stuff. Now I have found that consistency is the important part, and the best way to be consistent is to use the same type of ammo consistently. So that's why that round shot, because I do best with that round shot, the round glass marbles from the Dollar Tree. Now with the clay that I've been dealing with, I am going to make some clay shot as well, and I can play around with that also. But I have had the opportunity in the past to test my skills with actual real animals. Now, I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube about people who hunt, like literally hunt for survival with slingshots. And they're coming back with squirrels and birds and rabbits. Now, I'm going to tell you this, and it's probably just me because I'm not skilled at it, but anything from squirrel size up to, let's say, a big ass goose, when you hit one of those, they just laugh at you. Well, actually, they scream at you and then they run. That's what they really do. Most of my shots, though, have been ass shots. For some reason, I have a tendency to hit them in the ass. That isn't going to work. I'm thinking, from my experience at this point, using those glass beads, the only thing that's really going to be effective as a truly good hunting shot would be a headshot. Anything other than a headshot, and they're just going to get pissed at you and run. Just a personal experience thing here. It's just my perspective. Has anybody out there watching this video ever truly hunted with a slingshot? I don't know if using like BB metal balls would be better. I don't know. I don't have those metal balls. And again, from what I've seen with my experiences, whether it's a glass bead or a metal ball, it's not going to do anything effectively without a headshot. So jumping to the fishing with a slingshot, I have been practicing. I'll take pieces of like bark and wood, throw in the water, and then I'll shoot it with my slingshot. I'm not using the darts with the line attached. I'm using just rocks, pebbles, the pente stones, things of that nature. I don't like using the round ball because I don't want to waste them. But I don't know, I'm not horribly bad. I'm just trying to work up the ability to hit a good sized carp that's in the water. And I'm basically using wood floating on top of the water as a target, and I'm not doing too bad. Not too bad at all. Oh yeah, one more thing I just thought about. Michelle's cousin Kelly, my cousin wife, she has a cherry tree in her front yard, and apparently this year is the first year it's actually produced cherries. So we need to get over there and see if they're ripe. I don't know exactly when they will ripen up. I try to keep record of some of the stuff that I hunt and gather when the good time is to go after such a thing, like the mulberries, the beginning of June, you know, very last of May and the very beginning of June is when I go get mulberries. Yeah, grass seed. I go get that foxtail grass. I collect the foxtail grass seeds and grind them up and make flour. I've done that several times. There are videos on my channel about that. But September is, I like to start around August just to make sure. But it's September when it's actually ready to go. And I go out and collect a bunch of foxtail grass seed and grind it up, make flour, and it's delicious stuff. So yeah, I got to find out when those cherries are available and maybe jot that down in my notes so that I can go back next year and see if our cherry tree is still producing yummy cherries. Oh yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about mentioning this before, but today is my ex-wife's birthday. Happy birthday, Pam. She lives in South Carolina. I live in Indiana. We were horrible together as a married couple, but we do really well as friends. When Michelle and I took off and went on our adventure, we went and spent 2 weeks at my ex-wife's house. So my wife and my ex-wife got along really well. They're friendly, very friendly with each other. A lot of people think it's weird that I don't dislike my ex-wife and that we're friendly, but they really think it's odd that my wife and my ex-wife gets along so well. I don't think it's weird at all. You know, we just weren't good as a married couple. But anyway, today is her birthday. She went to Chicago for a wedding, and on the way back from that, she came into town, and my mom and her went out to dinner, and then Michelle and I went over to my mom's house and hung out with my ex-wife for a while. So it was nice to see her again. I talked to my two kids, Laura and Rich, on the phone twice in the last few days. My son Richard is having what is possibly Meniere's disease. So he's having some inner ear problems, some vertigo issues, and hopefully soon they'll get that fixed. So, although I talk to him on the phone, I don't visually see him on the phone. Whatever that is, where you see the person. I don't even own a phone, so when I'm talking to somebody on the phone, it's on my wife's phone. But Pam, my ex-wife, called up our kids, Laura and Rich, while she was in town yesterday, and she had the video chat thing going. So I got to see Rich and Laura, and it's been a while. Richard looks 100% exactly like I did in my early to mid-20s. I mean, if I hadn't known that wasn't me, and I saw it, I would swear it was me. I mean, he looks like it's a cookie cutter. It's crazy. Elizabeth looks very much like me, but her and her older sister look very, very much alike. I mean, you can tell they're sisters. And the thing is that they've got two different moms. So they both take after me very much. Actually, all my kids take after me in a lot of ways. And all of my grandkids look just like me. The Bentley gene is strong. So anyway, saw my ex-wife yesterday. We sat down and chatted for a while. Got to chat with our kids, kid number 2 and 3. Chatted with them for a while, so that was nice. Hopefully Rich will get to feeling better here soon. Elizabeth is going back to college, and she is going to become a X-ray tech. So that's good. That's good. She got a degree in art, and she does sign language, and she thought for a while she was going to be an interpreter, but she didn't do that, and now she's decided that she is going to be an X-ray tech. So she's going back to school for that. And something really nice, as I said about my kids and grandkids, I told all 5 of my kids that I wanted 5 grandbabies from every one of them. Give me 25 grandbabies. Well, my oldest daughter, Shanae, is the only one that actually gave me 5 grandbabies. Michael ended up giving me 2, and Laura and Rich are well into their 30s, almost 40s, and they're not interested in kids. And Jaden, well into his 20s, 30s, he is not interested. But Elizabeth told me while talking to her that after she gets out of school, she may actually want to have a kid. So there is a possibility out there that I will have a grandbaby number 8. That would be fun. It's gonna jack up my tattoo that I have planned, but the original plan I had, the design that I had was very specific to 7 grandchildren. And if I would have had an 8th grandchild, there's no way I could fix the tattoo. So I altered the tattoo that I had designed that I want to get, so that if by any chance I have grandbaby number 8, 9, or whatever, I can intertwine them into the tattoo and it will work. So the tattoo is still not done. Don't have no money for no tattoo, and you know, if we did have the money for a tattoo, it would have to go to something else anyway. But I have it planned out, and I have it set up now so that if by chance I have grandbaby number 8 or more, that if I have the tattoo done before that, it won't jack up the tattoo, and I'll be able to add the grandbabies to the tattoo. The rabbit's down there again. I'll be able to add the newer grandbabies to the tattoo overall. So, cool beaners. Let's see if we can focus in on that rabbit. So, this is the storage unit that's in front of our apartment complex. And this is an empty lot. And then this area is swampy a lot, but there we go. There's like 2 or 3 rabbits that hang out here. And when it gets really swampy, ducks hang out and geese hang out around here as well. There goes the rabbit. I've actually thought about, during trapping season, when I have a trapping license, of setting some cages in there and trying to catch a couple of those little critters, because I'm telling you right now, that little guy is tasty. Thank you guys for watching Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, and enjoy the outdoors, even if it's your own backyard.